Hi guys, DriverLadyPro here. On November 9th, we adjusted your rates to make your earnings more consistent.
Bullshit.
You can expect to earn more on short rides
Bullshit.
when you're stuck in traffic and a bit less on long rides.
Bullshit.
On average earnings, your rides in your area will stay the same.
Bullshit.
Then let me show you right here. If you can see it, it might end up being backwards. I'm making 21 cents a minute, and I'm making 60 cents per mile. So actually, after expenses, because it's been figured out by the United States governor or something, that 54 cents a mile is spent on expenses. So I'm actually making 4 cents a mile. Just to throw that out to you. Then the other thing that a friend just told me, and I checked it out and it seems to be true, is Uber Eats has now dropped their rates also. They used to be higher, and he says in his app, it says he's only getting 52 cents a mile, and now he's making 19 cents per minute, whereas he used to be making 7 cents per minute. I didn't even think we were making a per minute rate. I've said I didn't think we were making a per minute rate. And the reason is I looked all over in here, and they Uber does not say anything to the Uber Eats driver about how much they're making, because they are making less than regular Uber. So don't take those Uber Eats rides, guys. The only reason I was doing it is because I can bring my spouse along. But, you know, it's like, why keep supporting this particular thing? So I don't want to be a negative Nancy and complain. And I did a live stream earlier, and I was just angry about this. I want to tell you guys, look, there's something you can do. On the 24th of November, nationwide, no matter what state you are in, you can become a part of our demonstrations, okay? The AIW, the Alliance for Independent Workers, we are getting together. We are getting together in Boston, New York, San Francisco, in Washington, all over, okay? And here in Chicago. You do not have to be alone, okay? And people say to me all the time, oh, it's only me. When we started out, I came to Edward and I said, hey, when something needs about to be done, nobody was in Chicago. Then he started talking to other people, and 4 other people started, and they started a group called Chicagorideshareadvocates. It's that simple. It started with 4 or 5 people. You don't need tons of people, and all of a sudden we're doing demonstrations and people are coming. You know, people are showing up. And taxi drivers were showing up. They're honking for us, driving by. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. You just need to start, guys. So anyway, let me get on to another subject that I think it'll caveat this. It'll go. What I mean is, it'll go right along with this. Stay with me, guys. So, I found this article. Doggone phone. I found an article about being a worker. Okay? And a lot of people think, oh, whatever, we just need to drive more, yada, yada, yada. It's about the gig economy. The gig economy workforce is expecting to hit 9.2 million Americans by 2021 as the convenience economy continues to expand from food delivery and rideshare to pharmaceutical on-demand event staffing. This was seen with Amazon's recent acquisition of PillPack. And Uber recently announced UberWorks program. If you don't know what UberWorks is, it's an on-demand staffing. It's just like temp agency. Despite its obvious growth, its new employment model has been heavily criticized due to its lack of protections for gig workers. Certainly, there has been a move toward expanding protections for gig workers. The California Supreme Court ruling made it more difficult for companies to classify workers as independent contractors rather than employees. And New York State Unemployment Insurance Appeal Board ruled that Uber is liable for unemployment benefits for 3 drivers and others similarly situated. But then came to the 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals decision in September, reversing a class action order from a lower court case in which Uber drivers argued they should be categorized as employees rather than independent contractors. The result has been a mixed message, leaving the employment structure of the gig economy in flux. Rather than stripping access to benefits, companies leveraging a gig workforce should instead embrace employment status and offer adequate pay and protections to their workers. In doing this, companies can still enjoy the benefits of flexible on-demand workforce, but have a happy, motivated labor pool as well, ensuring that their own brand image is upheld and the customer experience is always positive. Gig workers are the heartbeat of gig economy and critical to its future. So there are good reasons why they should be treated fairly and evidence of how they ultimately benefit it ultimately benefits organizations. The why and the how is presented below. How gig economy hurts workers and consumers. Unfair pay is just one pain point for gig workers that needs to be addressed in order for the convenience economy to continue its growth. Some studies have reported that rideshare drivers can earn up to $25 an hour, but once that is adjusted for gas, car insurance, mileage, maintenance expenses, an average net income can fall to just $9.21 an hour, and potentially much less. Fees imposed by the companies themselves also contribute to diminishing net income. Lyft takes 20% cut of each fare from drivers, plus the entire booking fee, while Uber takes 25% cut. In addition, independent contractors aren't entitled to minimum wage, overtime pay, or other hourly law mandates, such as meal periods and rest breaks. While there are safety risks associated with all jobs, driving is a particularly dangerous occupation. An estimated 20 million to 50 million Americans are injured in road crashes every year, and a critical concern for rideshare sharing and delivery drivers who don't receive proper training, safety training, or health insurance from their employers. Even worse, 44% of independent workers rely on gig work as their primary source of income, yet aren't entitled to unemployment insurance. If those workers are injured on the job and unable to continue working, they lost their entire income without a safety net. This was the case for one gig worker who supported himself solely by driving for Lyft and Instacart, two gig economy behemoths. As he was filling an Instacart order, he injured his knee so badly that it required surgery. The driver was forced to take 3 months off for recovery. This meant his income was reduced to nothing, just when the medical bills were beginning to add up, leading to a year and a half of homelessness. Freelancers also don't have access to 401k plans. Only 16% of gig workers have a retirement plan, which means that millions of gig workers are putting their long-term financial security at risk to help facilitate the growth of our on-demand economy. While fair pay, insurance, and other protections are critical for workers, there are many reasons why employers should want to invest in their employees and embrace employers' status while still enjoying the cost and time-saving benefit of a gig economy. A recent study found that employee benefits were among the top contributions to employee satisfaction and happiness. Guardian Insurance reported additional research by the University of Warwick showed that employees are 12% more productive when they're happy, indicating that investing in employees' well-being by providing benefits can have positive effects on a company's success. Embracing employer status can also help businesses protect their brand. For example, when restaurants outsource to third-party delivery services, they lose control of their brand from the moment the food leaves the restaurant, increasing the risk of cold food, delayed deliveries, negative customer interactions, and ultimately bad Yelp reviews. Change customer loyalties and deteriorating profit margin. When restaurants use their own team to deliver the brand intended experience, they can better ensure food quality, delivery timing, and the consumer experience is exactly as they expect. To facilitate this, restaurants and other businesses can partner with companies that provide a gig economy-like workforce, but also take care of employment-related burdens, ensuring workers are protected. As the convenience economy continues to expand, it's important to remember that gig workers themselves are the heartbeat of the emergent industry. While California and New York recently passed legislation that once signaled a disruption of the gig economy's employment model, there have been other decisions like Uber dismissal case, as well as Lawson versus Grubhub, in which The U.S. District Court of Northern California ruled that Grubhub drivers was properly classified, therefore not entitled to a minimum wage and overtime. The latter decision showed the obstacle that must be addressed before employment-related protections can be mandated. Why this entrepreneur thinks Uber drivers should be his employees. That's just a related one. In order for the convenience economy to continue its success and growth, companies must embrace employer status and offer their employees benefits, insurance, and other basic labor protections, which in turn will enable them to control their brand image and improve company productivity overall. And that is a very good thing, because Uber keeps having so many problems, and it's because they keep cycling through the people. And of course, these new 21-year-olds keep signing up for it. Oh, we got tons of people, and the CEO came here and told the Chicago Sun-Times, oh, Uber drivers make tons of money. They make plenty of money. If they want to quit, just let them quit. Okay. And that's why you keep only 4% of your workers. And then I'm coming up on 2 years of driving, and I make less now than I made when I started. So if you guys think it might be a wise idea to do something about this, if you would like to join a driver group, I will put the information below. Please, guys, hustle hard, but hustle smart, or take your broke ass home. Hasta la vista, baby. DriverLadyPro out.